Dear myself 20 years ago, there are an awful lot of things I have to say to you, but I've been asked to pick just one. There's a lot of things that I've learned over these years that I have to talk to you about, but if I needed to pick just one, I would tell you to develop a deep trust for your husband, which is actually trusting God to lead him. You really need to work on this area of your life and not have an undercurrent of mistrust and usurping his authority. Even though on the outside you'd never be caught doing it, you had this undercurrent of mistrust, and that really needs to go away. You married Adam because you knew that he was a Christian and that he would follow Jesus no matter what. He would even do crazy things to follow Jesus. And so you know that God is his father. You need to trust God to lead him. If you're not doing your job of following Adam's authority and being a helpmate for him, then God can't do his job of leading Adam. Sometimes you think you're right and Adam can't hear you. Pray that he will listen to you. Pray that his ears will be open to hear what you're saying. Sometimes you think he's too harsh. Pray that you'll understand why he's being that way. Pray for an understanding of his perspective. If you think he's making the wrong decision, then pray and ask God. Have a chat with Adam's boss and say, hey, can you fix this? I think maybe this is going to cause us trouble down the road. Pray about it and be an obedient wife. Be submissive and helpful. If you continue on the path you're on of teasing him and undermining his authority and really a deep mistrust, even though you know you have to obey him, so you do on the outside, but there's just this mistrust underneath, your children will pick up on that, and when they get out of the house, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to want to be free from his authority, because in your heart you really want to also. They're not going to respect what he says, and they're just going to go their own way and not want to have anything to do with you or him. You'll be caught in the middle between, but you have to, you obey your husband, so you're going to lose your children. You're going to lose your relationship with them unless you repent and have a trust for your husband, which is really trusting God to work through him and lead the family through him. Then you can have a beautiful relationship of trust, and building trust, it takes time, building that respect. Then your children will respect your husband, and even when they grow up and get out of the house, they'll want to do what he says, and they'll want to follow and go further than you can imagine on their own because they have that trust for him. So pray and trust God, do what you're supposed to do as a wife, and respect your husband.